Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Obsessed Designs.
I am Princess Masong. I am an architect and the CEO of Masong Architectural Services. Stay with me as I share some of my project reveals, practical advices, and challenges every designer faces in this industry. I am Cess, and I'm obsessed with designs.
For today's episode, we are here at Punta Engaño, here at Lapulapu City, Cebu. Lapulapu City, especially here at Punta Engaño, is well known for its wide stretch of white beaches, and some of the most popular resorts that are here are J Park, Shangri-La Hotel. We also have Dusitani, and those are just to name a few. So inspired by the wonderful nature that Lapulapu has, we also designed this restaurant to be a serene and nature-inspired oasis. Think earthy tones, organic textures, and a touch of rustic charm. So, let's get started. So first, let me talk about the color palette that we have here. So since our concept is nature-inspired, so we used a lot of nature-inspired colors as well. So we have stone like gray. So as you can see in my background, the arch is colored the same tone as natural rock. It's gray. And then we also have whites, browns, and lots of greens. So those are the colors of nature, and those are what we incorporated in the space as well. So for the furnitures, we opted to use COCO lumber for the tables. So this wood was handmade by our workers, and also the furnitures or the chairs were made in rattan. Even also the pendant lights that you see, so these are all rattan as well. Lighting is crucial in a nature-inspired interiors. So we're choosing soft, warm lighting to mimic the natural sunlight and create a soothing ambience. So to have the same feeling with the natural breeze of the air, we also incorporated ceiling fans for the natural ventilation, even with an enclosed space. To truly connect with nature, we're also adding a lot of plants. So we're putting in greeneries all throughout the space, because plants not only beautify the environment but also purify the air and promote a sense of calm. Now let's talk about the decorative elements. So one of the best features of this restaurant is this tree that we did. So this is an accent tree. Aside from the great structure, it is actually a design solution for a structural problem. Because in the space, if you notice, in my right side, there is actually a column in this space, and then in the middle is another column. So that column, we wanted to hide it, but since we couldn't demolish it, so what we did is we highlighted it instead. So we put in a wood carvings to create this coconut tree, and then we placed greeneries around it, and then we even placed neon lights to highlight the edges of the coconut tree. So as I was conceptualizing this restaurant, I wanted to make the customers feel like they are dining outside. So what I did is from the entrance area, we designed a unique entrance space wherein we placed arches all over it, waved wood with highlights of neon light and the signages on the right side. We also incorporated greeneries around it in the entrance and even around the balcony. Getting into the restaurant, you will be met by the counter area or the reception area. So this counter space has rattan lights in it and also ceiling fans to have proper ventilation. And what made this very unique is, aside from the rustic design of the counter, is that behind it is the division between the kitchen and the counter area. So what we did here is we placed a dry wall wherein some areas are closed to have display for their decorative elements, their menu, and all of the things that they wanted to display. But also, it is also a very functional space since the dry wall has a thickness of around 10 to 15 centimeters. We also used it as a storage area. So as you can see at the bottom, we have cabinetries in there, which is incorporated in the dry wall. So we really maximized the space by putting in storage in all the spaces that we could think of. Aside from the storages, we also have openings from the kitchen to the counter so that it's easier to pass on the food from the kitchen area to serve it in the dining tables. Beside the counter is the toilets. So we have two toilets here, one for the women, one for the men. And then at the center, the lavatory is right outside the toilets so that it's easier to access the lavatory than the toilets, because most of the time when you are in a restaurant, it's more likely that you will wash your hands than you will go to the toilet. So we wanted to make the lavatory more accessible than the toilets itself. So we placed it outside instead of inside. So next we have the dining area. So we actually separated the dining area into two parts. We have the semi-private family area, which is what you see in my background, the one that has the arch. So the arch serves as a partition or separator from the rest of the open space. We placed large tables here to indicate that this is an area where a large group of people can dine. So they can dine in here with a little bit of privacy from the rest of the space. In the family area, what we did is we accented the back wall by putting in some natural curves that is inspired by the mountains. So since Cebu is known for its mountains and beaches, so we also incorporated this design for the back wall of the semi-private dining area. So with the rest of the space, of course, we have 4-seater, 2-seater, 6-seater tables, and then we have these beautiful coconut tables, and then of course the rattan chairs and the rattan pendant lights as well. So the lighting here is very intentional. If you see the restaurant from outside, it looks really warm and inviting because the lights that we used here are just warm tones. There are no daylight lights here because we really intended for it to look warm and cozy inside. So we wanted to incorporate lights everywhere, like in the arches, of course in the rattan lights, in the accent tree. So this part here, we also incorporated LED lightings, highlight the curves since we made it into 3D. So there is a spacing in between the curves. So we wanted to highlight it by putting in the LED strip lights. For the tiles, we also wanted to mimic a natural stone that you will usually see in beaches or in natural areas like caves or lakes. So this is what we used also for the tiles in the floor. For the ceiling, we used dark tones to have a contrast between the ceiling and the pendant lights. The pendant lights are natural wood color, and then the ceiling is a dark wood color. So if you look up, you will see that the pendant lights are actually highlighted because the ceiling is dark and it doesn't attract attention as much as the pendant lights do. Yeah, I think yeah, I think that is the whole space. We designed it the way it is because we wanted for the customers to feel like they are dining outside, but actually they are just inside the restaurant. We wanted them to feel like they are one with nature while they are enjoying the food and the company that they have. Let's say their family, their friends, their loved ones. Come and check out the restaurant yourself and see the interior design and taste the food because it's really great, and enjoy the space with your loved ones and with your friends and family. So thank you so much for joining me in this journey of designing and renovating this restaurant. I hope you like the transformation, and if you did, please do like and subscribe to the channel and share this to your friends. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!